Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to a overcast, gloomy, and muggy Wilmette. 2231. This is day 24, and we have some progress, I must admit, although not what we would like. I have to unfortunately report that we also didn't pass our initial our initial pre-pour inspection for the concrete. There is a slight discrepancy between the design that the architect made, not being able to open up the actual foundations and slab with what we found and that what we ended up building. We had the architect basically come out and give us a letter, and we have passed our inspection. So we've taken out the stairs that bothered me so much completely, and we've made the opening larger. It's been framed out for the new size of the stair. It's not going to be the small winder like we had before. And we also are replacing all of the floor, subfloor that was damaged during that rain. So I can't tell you if this is day 3 or 4 of that, but you can see, you know, these things literally are coming up in pieces. So that rain really cost us a lot of work and cost me a lot of money. It is what it is at this point, and we just have to get through it. We had the plumber, as promised and as we had to, get the underground plumbing in before he left on his 2-week vacation, because obviously that's a delay that we couldn't afford. And you can see the floor drain behind me, so when rain comes in here, it's going to get taken away. It used to go to this here, where you can actually see it says sewage on it. We don't use these traps anymore. That's going to get abandoned and filled in. We're actually going to tie in to the drain tile system, and we're actually going to bring some water inside that's coming from the outside. Not a very big fan of that, but at the end of the day, that's the way we do it these days. So, as you can see, our drain tile system is in. So we have our 2 pits. The lower one is the ejector, which is everything that comes out of a bathroom or a sink. And then the higher one of the 2 is going to be the sump, and that's going to be collecting all of the groundwater, and anything coming potentially through the walls is going to get picked up there. You'll also see that we're going to have plastic. It's a special vapor barrier that is going to go down the wall and over the drain tile. So in case we get condensation, which is usually the biggest culprit or problem in basements where they smell moldy, it's just a condensation. It's a difference between temperatures of the ground, which is cooler, and the home, which is warmer, and we get that condensation. So we're creating a vapor barrier for that to slide down and into the drain tile, and I'll show you that in a couple of days. This here, what I wanted to tell you, is actually our radon mitigation system. In the event that radon does appear, which is a naturally occurring radioactive gas, very unhealthy, we go ahead and we create this system here where it's connected to the lower one, and this is going to go all the way up, and it's going to release naturally into the atmosphere, not into the home. Besides that, nothing has happened down here because like I said, we did not pass our initial underground inspection, and as such had to suffer another 2-day delay. Before we go upstairs, I'll tell you about a very unpleasant surprise, and that is all of this lumber on the back of our trailer. This is $2,800 and some odd in lumber, which is going to be required in order to finish the second floor. So what we do is we have a set of drawings that is usually sent out to our choice suppliers, our preferred vendors, and they go ahead and give us estimates on what that material is going to be. Now, obviously, they're not going to count it exactly, and we anticipate to have, maybe a 5% deviation in that. But a $3,000 additional order just for that top floor is a little eye-popping. Of course, the vendor doesn't want to take credit. The carpenter who's doing the work and actually not showing up in full force is also saying, well, this is just the material I need. You're hiring me labor only, so c'est la vie. Also not happy about that, but we need that material. And because it's on my trailer, you can tell that I spent half the day today to go and pick that up. so that he has no more excuses in finishing the roof this weekend, because the roofer is supposed to start on Monday, which is highly unlikely. But all that being said, the upstairs looks great. It's coming along, and we've got a lot of the rafters, roofing, and sheathing on. So you can get a good look there. It's actually, I feel some raindrops, so it's starting to rain, and we still have no roof. Not the end of the world, because everything that could have been damaged inside has already been damaged. So at this point, everything's just getting waterlogged. Coincidentally, you can see how low the chimney is, and the mason is now going to have to come in after that roof is done, and he's going to have to raise that chimney past the height of that ridge. Chimneys always have to be above the ridge. So that is one more trade that has to come in here, and that would be ideal if it was before the roofer, but unfortunately I want this roof on, so we're going to do a little bit in backwards order, and then the roof will have to come back and flash it. He's going to have to come back anyway, because the porte cochere still hasn't been built. Those have two concrete footings that also have to be poured. We have all this material there and all this truck traffic coming in and out, so it's not something that I can pour at this time anyway. I really like the space, the volume, and I know you probably can't see it very well here on this video due to the fact that this is being done on just in essence an iPhone camera, but you can get a feel a little bit of the structure and of the air and the size of these rooms and how big they're going to feel. I don't know if you remember, or if you saw the day one when we had that teeny tiny teepee tent sized roof, and how small those rooms were, and I promised you that we would take full advantage of this footprint, maybe even a little bit more by cantilevering it out and really getting the maximum usable space out of this second floor. So thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it. We're going to take a break for the weekend, but I'll be back on Monday with another update. Talk to you soon.